Now, to put something inside the wall, to build inside, we chose our 2 feet. I measured 2 feet at this point on the grid, and I put it inside. I put it back here. And to find out how much smaller that width would appear back here, I need the vanishing point. So I line my set square up with my vanishing point, and I draw a line from this 2 feet, and I see that back here 2 feet looks like this. So now, if you don't have a vertical up, you can't really continue. So I have to get my verticals up. And we saw that when I pierced the wall and went inside the wall, I drew a straight line down here. So I do the very same thing at the top. I'm going to draw a straight line at 7 feet, because that's what I chose for my bookcase, was my shelves was 7 feet. So now I've got another box in here. I'm going to do this. Go inside the wall, and this one hits this line. So if you can turn your paper upside down, you'll see that this bottom part and this top part look the same. So they look the same, the bottom and the top, they look the same. And if I want to put intervening shelves in here, they're all going to have to stop right here. I can't make them any wider than that. That's the width of my shelf. So let's put a shelf in. And remember, we're in 1 point. So to start out, this is straight. It's straight because this is straight and this is straight. That whole plane is facing me. So maybe I'll color that in. Now, this is covering it though. This wall is covering it. So I can only color up to here. So that's as far as I can see it. Then this whole wall here is covering it, so I can't see past that. So if this is the wall, it's covering it. So that green part is what I can see of my shelf. Now I've put in a line. It's above eye level, so anytime something's above eye level, you know already that you're going to see the underside of it. So you start to look for that. And here's the underside of that shelf. I'm going to draw 2 lines, because shelves look better if they have thickness. So I have, but you see, my shelf has to stop here. It can't go any wider. And then this wall is covering it. So this is all I can see of my shelf. So that's all wall. And let's put a shelf below eye level too. And I'll bring it all the way over to here, but just to remind myself, I can't go any deeper than that, because that's the thickness of the wall. And now I know I'm looking for a shelf under the eye level. So I'm going to go, it's below the eye level. So I'm going to go like that. Now, it's good to know what the whole shelf looks like so that when you're setting things on top of it, you won't exceed what the space that's available. So this is actually how deep that shelf is. And you may want to sit something on it right here, and maybe it extends out and we see part of it. Maybe it's flowers or something. You can have it tucked a little bit behind the shelf, and that's okay. That looks actually kind of attractive to have something that's just partially seen on the shelf. And then, of course, you'll have other things that you can see. But this is the underside, so I can put something on this shelf, but I can't go any higher than that. So I have to know how big or how small I can put something up there. And then the further you go, the more of your shelf you're going to see. Now, I've given you an actual elevation to follow for this assignment, though, and you'll follow that. So there's one for the shelves. It's in the printouts for today, if you have that. So for our bookcase, we're on the other wall, and your first shelf is at 1 foot, then 2.5, then 4 and 5.5. So you'll be able to follow this.